Hello, welcome. Another episode on another exciting subtopic and percentages too. I know this will interest you because no matter what you do, you have been paying tax, which is the VAT tax, value added tax. So if you want to find out, sometimes the question is between the a customer and a trader, or let me say a storekeeper, who pays the tax, the VAT on the items you are buying. It is you that pays the VAT on the item. So let's say, for example, I want to sell this book. The book is 500 Ghana cedis. That is the cost of this book. So this is going to be the basic cost, the cost without VAT. There is no VAT on it. That is what I want to get. That is the money I want to come to me as a storekeeper or the bookshop keeper. Now, the government says there's a tax component of this. So we know Ghana, the tax component is 12 and a half. Now, you are going to pay 12.5% of this as a tax. Remember, a percentage of a quantity. That means 12.5 over 100 times the 500 cedis. Now, that value you get, let's say is 20 cedis. I'll add it to the 500 cedis I intended to sell this book. Then you coming to me, I will sell it to you 520 cedis. So what you are paying is that you are paying the basic cost plus the VAT component, the tax component. So we call that to become the VAT inclusive. Do you get it? It is the VAT inclusive is what you pay. The price I mentioned at the beginning is without VAT. So VAT exclusive. So anytime you buy something from the store, no matter how small it is, you are paying VAT for it. If you want to believe that concept, then enter into mall, the Melcom China Mall. After buying the receipt given to you, you see the tax component be outlined. Sometimes you pay tax almost 1,000 Ghana cedis on, it depends on the amount you pay anyway, but people pay tax up to about 1,000 cedis on items they buy. That is tax or VAT inclusive. So let's see what actually the VAT is all about. So value added tax is a tax or extra money charge on goods or services. Just like you remember what do you call it, betting tax. It's not anything you are buying, it's services you are doing your own calculations, you'll be taxed on it. Then this charge, the VAT component, is calculated as a percentage of the basic cost, percentage of the intended cost of the item, of the goods or services. So note, the cost of item without the VAT, that is V.AT, but in most calculation you see me writing VAT. I'm referring to the same, it's an acronym. So V.A.T, but VAT is what I'll be calling most often. So VAT is called the basic cost, the basic cost, meaning the cost of the item without the VAT component. Like the 1,000 I mentioned, the VAT is not part of it. So that is the basic cost, the intended cost of the item. All right. So we can either call it the basic cost or VAT exclusive cost. VAT exclusive. That item is exclusive of what? VAT is not including VAT. I don't know if the English is coming for you. All right. It is VAT exclusive. VAT component is not part. Then that is always 100%. That is what I wanted to get. 100%. It is always at the 100% cost in terms of percentage. Then the cost of item with VAT, where the VAT is included, the 520 Ghana cedis, is called VAT inclusive. So VAT inclusive cost. I think we can also add the cost on it. VAT inclusive cost, meaning the VAT has been included to the basic cost. All right, we can call it that way or simply the total cost. You know, total addition, basic cost plus tax, altogether total, or the selling price. When you come to me to buy the book, I sell it to you 520. That is the selling price you are paying for it, right? Okay. Then remember, the VAT inclusive cost is equal to the basic cost plus the VAT charge. This VAT charge is also equivalent to the increment in the percentage, because this percent is the 12.5%, which is done by every country. Every country have its own percentage for their VAT calculation. So the charge, the basic cost plus the VAT charge will give you the basic cost 100. The charge add them together, give you the increment in the percentage. All right. Then mathematically, all that we have said, it is more or less an English version of what we are here to do. Mathematics, we need to calculate, right? So if I'm asked to find VAT, I'm asked to calculate the rate, that particular amount that I am paying, the 20 cedis that I am paying on top of the item, it is equal to the rate of VAT, the rate, the percentage for the country, times the basic cost. The 500 is the basic cost. The 12.5% for Ghana is the rate. You multiply, you get the VAT. All right. Then if you want to find VAT inclusive, the selling price, right, or simply the total, is going to be the basic cost, the 500 cedis, plus the VAT. You know, this rate times basic cost in the bracket here refer to VAT, the value. So in this case, basic cost 500, the VAT component, which is also the 20 Ghana cedis. All right. In Ghana, the VAT rate is 12.5. I think I mentioned that right from the beginning. Every country have its own percentage for their VAT. Okay. If this is understood, we can delve into the question. If not, you can reverse the video back and take the explanation again. If not, leave your comment in the leave your suggestions or your questions in the comment section for us to proceed. So the cost of a book is 1,000. How much is the VAT charge at the rate of 12.5%? So this tells you you're in Ghana, right? So let's see. Before we do that, let's bring out some of the information in the question. We know the rate is given as 12.5, that's 12.5%. What again is given? The cost of the book, that's the cost price. The cost price is the basic cost. So we can say that the basic cost is also given to us as what? 1,000 Ghana cedis. So these are the two information given to us, but we are looking for the VAT. So we know the VAT is the rate times the basic cost. So by substitution, rate, remember, is a percentage. So 12.5 divided by 100, the percent will come. Then we multiply that by what? 1,000. So whatever value I get, that is determining the VAT component in terms of money, but not in terms of percentage, because the percentage is fixed. This amount is there to be changed. Anytime the country decides to change it, they can change it until it is changed. It will remain the same in all calculations, unless otherwise stated. So let's compute this and see what the 12.5% of 1,000 Ghana cedis will be. So right from here, your VAT calculation will now be nothing but 125 Ghana cedis. So that is the value we get. Now, that is for the A. But let's look at the B side of the question. What is the VAT inclusive? So VAT inclusive, remember, it is the basic cost plus the VAT charge. So I am only going to say my VAT inclusive, if possible I add cost to it, is going to be the basic cost plus what? VAT charge. All right, so fast forward, I can see that the basic cost is 1,000. Then the VAT charge is 125. Putting all together to be 1125. That is 1125. That is if I am following VAT equals to which times what? Basic cost. VAT inclusive equals to the basic cost plus the VAT charge per the formula we did. But remember, we are still in percentage. So we are saying that the basic cost is always calculated as 100% or is equivalent or corresponding to 100%, whilst the VAT inclusive is also corresponding to the increment in the percentage, right? So we can say by alternatively, we can deal with VAT inclusive being corresponding to the increment. Don't forget, it is going to be the increment, right? If it is the increment in the percentage, it becomes 100 plus R percent. And 100 plus R become 100 plus R percent. Let me use the 12% here. So 100 plus 12%, that 112%. And what is the percentage doing there? Divided by 100, right? Of the basic cost. So this is simply meaning that your VAT inclusive cost will just be the increment, which is 100 plus the R or percent divided by 100 times the basic. Let me just put cost here to buy space. So this simply means 100 plus 112.5 divided by 100 times our 1000, which is the biggest cost. That give you 112.5 divided by 100 all times 1000. If you follow that calculation, you get 1125 as what? The value. So even if you don't want to keep this as a percentage formula, remember, if 100 is giving you 1000, then 100 plus the 12 will be more. So if more, let's divide. That will give you the concept here. Now, take your time. This is the first episode, the introduction to the VAT. You need to grab all the information you need so that you can arm yourself for the next episode. If you understand everything in this episode, then the subsequent episode, you should be able to answer questions without what is. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to come back for episode 16, which will be the second episode on VAT calculation.